Hi, you've reached Andrea. I'm not answering because I booked a trip with Travelocity. I'm with my family on the beach, enjoying the perfect breeze. Kids, time to go to Kids Club. Oh, my coconut water is getting warm. Anyways, I can't talk right now because I'm late for my massage. I hope you also enjoy a trip someday. Bye.
Seize your someday with Travelocity. Find and book a trip that fits your family today. The perfect vacation is calling. Travelocity.
You decided to upgrade your outdoor deck, so you ordered the essentials, a power washer, a set of patio chairs, and a shiny new grill. And you used your Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping and up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member, which you put towards your most essential deck addition, a bird feeder. Apply for yours at bankofamerica.com/more rewarding. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Get it? The Burt Show.
All right, I am having a real mental block, and this is not going to make me sound good at all, and I know that, but I feel like if I have some public accountability, then I will do it this weekend. I've told you guys before that my mother is in a dementia. She is in a Alzheimer's care facility. And she and I have really not had a good relationship my entire life. I can't go into it now, but if you're a long-term Burt Show listener, you understand the ups and downs and the toxicity that she's been and the cutoffs we've had and then the reuniting and the cutoffs, and she's just toxic to my kids. So whatever. I'm feeling so ambivalent, and it feels like the same story I've told you guys about for years. I'm just so... Some of you guys will understand this if you have these relationships. Ambivalent towards my mom. Just like numb. You know how like there are some days where you have something on your to-do list and you always bump it down because you just don't, at the end of the day, you really just don't want to do it.
Yep.
So it just becomes this weight more than anything else. And it's just a pain. Calling my mom and just checking in with her has been that for me. So it has been months since I checked in on her. Months since, and every day I say to myself, I'm going to call. But I understand this part of the equation that I've shared with you guys before, that throughout my entire life, my mother has earned this ambivalence. This just didn't happen yesterday. I'm not being totally cold. The way that my mom has treated me and my family my entire life, she has earned this ambivalence. And now that she doesn't really need my help. My stepbrother is taking care of it. My half-brother is taking care of it. But I feel the need to have to check in with her because I feel like it's the right thing to do, even though it means, God, I hate saying this when the words come out of my mouth. Ugh, it means nothing to me.
Your feelings are still valid. Like you guys had a rocky relationship. You went through something and you still have all of those feelings. What I'm about to say is going to make me sound like even more of a jerk.
Good.
She has conveniently forgotten them, you know? Like,
yeah. What do you mean conveniently? It's not like she's like pretending.
No, I know, but like that's what every time we talk about this and you guys talk about dealing with dementia, I'm like, she's rewriting her own story, and you, as someone who have suffered those traumas, just have to listen to it and let her go with it. Like, that's her truth now, and that's what you have to believe and go with because it's really jarring to take them out of that. But I'm like, that's not okay. You know, like, I saw all these things happen, and I don't get to forget them. Why do you? And I know people are going to think this is a medical issue, and I know it is, and it's not fair to her, but it's also not fair to you.
I've got so many thoughts on this, man. We could go on forever, but we can't. I almost feel like in her case, that's a beautiful part of dementia.
Yeah.
The fact that she has really been a very miserable, dismissive, disconnected mother from 3 of her kids. She gave us all up to the men in her life, all of us, and didn't talk to us for years and years and years. But the fact that the dementia has made her build this story in her life of her being a great mother, I think is kind of a beautiful thing at the end of your life, that she doesn't know the reality of it. Yeah. But On the other hand, I do got some ego in this thing. So when I do call up and she's talking about how great a mom she is, now she's always been there for me and giving me guilt, making me feel guilty that I haven't called her. By the way, she don't know if I called her yesterday or not, but that's her first knee-jerk reaction is that you haven't called forever. And there have been days back-to-back before this sort of dark period that I have called her back-to-back, and she's giving me crap that I haven't called her. And honestly, it's hard to absorb, Cassie.
This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but maybe don't call her because it's not going to make a difference to her either way. You would be doing it because you are dedicated to being the kind of person who does good things. But here's the thing. Sometimes that numbness and ambivalence is a response to emotional trauma. It's your mind disassociating and shutting down and cutting it off so you don't have to relive it. So honestly, what you're doing is making yourself relive a personal hell over and over again for someone it's actually not going to have an impact on or effect.
Oof.
You know, like if she didn't have dementia and there might be what you did with your dad in that instance, sort of forging those bridges and doing everything possible so you could look back with no regrets and say, I did the right thing. If it could have an impact on her, then I would say, okay, it might be worth the pain for you, but you're like Sisyphus. You're pushing that boulder up a mountain and it's just going to roll you over. You're not going to achieve anything with her except causing yourself more emotional trauma.
Well,
Sisyphus or a dung beetle.
Damn.
Yeah, man. I was going to say something similar to Cassie. Like with trauma, especially in my experiences, it kind of keeps you in this prison. And it's like you are in this place where you've now gotten out of that prison. You don't have to be there anymore. And I know a lot of people where face things similar with their parents and they won't reach out and they won't feel any guilt about it. They don't care. They move on and that's it. So I just wonder, why do you continue to feel as if you have to do anything when in reality you simply don't?
Because I just feel I'm struggling because I feel it's the right thing to do. I just feel like it's the right thing to do. And I know that for the last 60 days, it hasn't felt right not calling. So I'm on the phone with my mom. It could be 2 minutes. It's really not a big deal. Like, get on, absorb the crap for 2 minutes, move on with my life. That's really not even my mom. So I should be able to do that, but I can't dial the number.
But
I can't dial the number,
there's
man.
There's an emotional load that comes in that 2 minutes where afterwards you're reeling for hours, like, or overthinking every little thing. I don't know about you. I'm speaking of myself personally, and I used to look at my schedule and be like, I should call my dad today, and I would put it off for days, and then I'd have to like have a couple glasses of wine to get through it, and I'm like, this is not healthy. And every time I called him, there was this sense of ungratitude. You know, he was mad, complaining about something, and at some point we became estranged about it. And I think, like Cassie said, like, there's no harm in not calling because she doesn't even know you are anyway.
You have to do a pro and cons list. Like, which is going to make you feel better? It feels not right doing it. Will doing it make you feel better, or will just saying, you know what, I'm going to step back from this because I don't need to do it and I don't need to put myself through that pain?
I don't know, but in a case like this, I'd rather err on the side of calling.
It's not like you've never called. It's not as if you've never tried. You've called, you visited, you've done all the things, and it's like you just do that until it holds you over into the next time when you wonder if you should do it again, and then you put yourself through that mental space of having to do it all over again. You have done these things.
I can actually call her if I want and go, hey, we were talking yesterday, I didn't have a lot of time, so here, I'm calling you back. She would have no idea.
She'd have no idea.
No idea. Okay, enough with that.
Get it? The Burt Show.